If you're tired of Facebook having worse mood swings than your girlfriend on her period, then definitely watch until the end of this video. In this quick video, I'm gonna show you how to deal with inconsistencies with Facebook ads, how to get back to healthy profits, and pretty much how to stop waking up with anxiety every single day, wondering if your ads are performing well or not. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay guys, I don't want you to finish like this guy on a meme right here. I guess I'm the only guy who's laughing at my memes. I actually make this myself. So first of all, why should you even listen to me? If you don't know me, I'm Blago. I'm known for making more than $6.5 million in sales with one single product, with Facebook ads primarily. And I've been running Facebook ads for more than 3 years now. And as you might imagine, I had to struggle with Facebook ads inconsistencies quite a lot. And I've had countless days where I was anxious and frightened whether my ads are gonna get back to healthy performance. And more often than not, that was actually the case, and things were pretty much okay in the long run, although I had very strong fluctuations and inconsistencies in performance. So in this quick video, I'm gonna show you my framework. So I made a tweet a few days ago about how our ad performance went to shit on the day before Halloween, and I decided to do no changes to the ad account. So pretty much what happened the next day, it just picked up pretty well. Like I did 0 changes, nothing to the budgets, nothing to the campaigns, nothing to the creatives. And usually it's just a mental game. Like you sometimes have days with lower profitability, 10 to 15%, or even worse. Like I think on this day we were even a little bit in the red. But what you need to do in those situations is to just zoom out a little bit. Like one day will not decide your whole year, and it will not fuck up your business. And a lot of people are just overreacting emotionally. And when they see that, you know, one day their ROAS is plummeting, they stop ads, they reduce budgets, they do all those weird changes to their ad account, and in fact, they make the situation even worse. So let's prevent this from happening, and in this quick guide, I'm gonna show you how you should pretty much adapt your ad account on the first day of poor performance, second day, and if it's showing, you know, longer term dip in performance. So day first, don't do anything. Like honestly, don't do anything to the ad account. Just let it spend, take the bullet, eat the bullet, and move on. Like I made 0 changes on my ad account on this specific day. Next day it was over 20% net profit. It was amazing. If I had dropped my budget on this particular day, I would probably miss out on $500 to $1,000 in net profit on the next day. So if you're trying to scale to multiple 4 figures per day, and usually your performance is not ideal, like you're not, you know, hitting at least 20-25% net profit. Some days are close to break even and it's very unstable. If one day you go very deep in the red, I'm talking about, you know, losing $500,000 or even more, then you need to descale your budgets a little bit, but don't go too crazy. Like I've had those days where I've lost, I don't know, more than $2,000 in a single day, and it was just fine long term. Like you don't need to like cut your budget by half from one very bad day. You just need to descale budgets by 10 to 15%, and also analyze your funnel a little bit. Like go through your store, look if some link is not broken, go to your checkout, you know, try to make a test order. It might be something with your payment processor, it might be something with PayPal, because you know they tend to lock accounts and steal money from people for no obvious reason. I'm not sure how these guys are still not in jail, but that's a topic for another video. But yeah, pretty much look throughout your whole funnel, see if there are any issues whatsoever. Check your CPMs, because Facebook sometimes tends to spend your whole budget within the first few hours of the day of the ad account, and they have those weird bugs. I think around April or May, there were crazy issues where pretty much CPMs and therefore cost per clicks 4x'd, so it was impossible to be profitable. And I know a lot of people lost thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars on that particular day. And if you see such abnormal things happening in your ad account, definitely request a refund. And usually if like stats were really out of the normal metrics, they would give you a refund. But if you see that there's a technical issue, for example, an issue with PayPal or something that really hurts your store performance, because let's say 80% of the orders are coming through PayPal and all of a sudden you cannot process them, obviously your performance will tank a lot. Because not everyone will buy your credit card. So in this issue, you should descale a little bit heavier, depending on the severity of the issue. Like I would recommend it at least like 20-30% until you resolve this. But definitely don't stop your ads as long as like a very big part of your funnel is broken. Let's say, you know, DMCA shut down or Shopify disabled your store. In such cases, like, just stop your ads. But that's usually not the case. Usually it's just Zuckerberg being a little bitch and, you know, trying to steal some money from you. So what do you do if the second day does not work that well? You just scale down the budgets a little bit, you know, look at your profit margin. If you're around 15% net profit, you're still good. So if you're not hitting your profit target, but you're still slightly profitable, like 10 to 15%, just restructure the ad account a little bit. Keep around the same ad spends, like you don't want to lower your ad spend a lot. Just shift more budgets towards the more profitable campaigns. So you're gonna see, you know, the past few days, some campaigns had a very big dip in performance. Some other ones are still quite profitable. So you want to shift more budget towards the more profitable campaigns. If it's CBOs, just increase the budget of the performing one and descale the budget of the non-performing one. As for ABOs, you should stop the very unprofitable ABO ad sets, especially if they're on low budget. And as I said, descale the unprofitable CBOs and shift that budget that you descaled to the ones that did perform according to your profit target. However, that's not always the case. Sometimes you're around break even or losing money a little bit. So if profit is still not at least 10%, descale a little bit, ease off the gas, and look at your funnel. Like, try to find the bottleneck. Is it a lower conversion rate or is it a higher cost per click? Usually if it's lower conversion rate, it means that Facebook is giving you shitty traffic. In my experience, there's not much stuff you can do when Facebook decides to give you a shitty traffic. It might mean that they hit a slightly colder pocket of your target audience, which is honestly completely normal. But in this case, just, you know, descale a little bit. Things will probably get better at some point. And usually when you scale up more aggressively, there's something that, breaks at some point. And if you scale way too hard, Facebook starts to show the ads to very shitty users on the platform, and therefore they not convert. Your ROAS goes to shit and you file for bankruptcy, but that shouldn't happen. So just descale your budget a little bit. In 90% of the cases, it just stabilizes for me, right? And the second scenario is if you have higher cost per click. That means that either your CPM went up or your CPMs went down, or a combination of both, of course. In this case, it means that you're having ad fatigue, which, if you haven't refreshed your creatives for a long time, it's a very normal thing to do. But in order to prevent that from happening, you need to be prepared. Like, you always need to have creatives in your pipeline ready to go, because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when it's gonna happen. And eventually your creatives are gonna fizzle out and they're gonna get exhausted. Cost per clicks are gonna go up. That's pretty much guaranteed. The question is how well you are prepared for this event. So always having a new batch of creatives based on the ones that already performed well for your ad account are pretty much what's gonna, keep you prepared for inconsistencies. And yeah, but so just to recap, when you see more than 2 days of worse performance than normal, the first thing you can do is just introduce a batch of fresh new creatives into your ad account. Usually Facebook likes completely new content, so it's good to have a refresh from time to time. Even though your ads might be performing amazingly well, I promise you, like, at some point it's gonna get stagnant and profits are gonna decline, ROAS is gonna drop. So be prepared and introduce fresh new creatives in your ad account. It will do wonders. Combined with a slight budget cut, it will ease off the gas a little bit. Facebook will re-optimize, your new ads will get traction, you will be back to healthy profits, and you can scale even higher. And right now, as we're going into Q4, it's normal that your CPMs go up. Your usual offer might not be as compelling because everyone is running, Black Friday offers, all those crazy things. In addition to fresh new creatives, you can test a different offer. So for example, if you run, normal percentage off offer, you can test a buy one get one free offer or a higher value bundle, because when ads get expensive, you need to have high AUV to kind of offset this. And I made a specific video about offers, so I won't go into much detail about this, but make sure to check it out. But yeah, let's get back to the topic. Like, if you have more than 3 days of bad performance on Facebook, there's pretty much a constraint within your business that needs to be resolved. You either have a very high cost per click, your landing page is not converting at a decent conversion rate and decent average order value, or your products are way too expensive so that you can sustain a lower ROAS. One of my biggest mistakes when I was starting out was trying to scale on a very bad gross margin. So I had only 2x markup on my products, and initially I had a more than 6x ROAS. I could easily scale with that. However, you need to understand that as you scale, your ROAS is for sure gonna drop. Like, Facebook is showing your ads to colder and colder people that are not that much aware about your product, and they will not convert that easily. You will see that your conversion rate will go down, your CPC will go up, and as a result, your ROAS will take a hit. You need to optimize your margins as much as possible so that you can be crazy profitable even on a lower ROAS. Because if back then I had 70-80% gross margins, I would have made so much more money that it would have been crazy. And a few months later, my ROAS dropped to 3.5 to 4x, which for most people it's like still crazy, but for me that resulted in only around 20% net margins, even though the ROAS is great, mainly because my gross margin was not optimized. So you need to dive deep into your funnel and see, okay, like, last 7 days I've had shitty performance. Is it that the cost per click went up? Did it go up because my CPMs became higher? And that's completely normal. Right now we're getting into Q4, I have a 30% increase. Is it my CTR? If it's your CTR, your ads are probably getting a little bit exhausted. You should check on your landing page. Like, have you done any changes to your landing page recently which could have resulted in a worse conversion rate? How can you test a new landing page so that you can convert on a higher rate? What offers can you test? You need to be very proactive, because if you just let it spend on no profit, yes, you're acquiring a lot of new customers. However, it makes life very stressful, and that's not why we're doing this for. We're doing this mostly for freedom. If you're like me, guys that are watching this, so there's nothing bad with acquiring new customers, but if you're a self-funded brand, acquiring customers at a loss or break even can be very, very stressful. But nevertheless, you need to understand that you're not going to die if your ads stop working for a few days. In fact, you're not going to die if your ads stop working for a week. It's all a mental game. Like, I've had weeks of bad performance on Facebook and I felt very shitty. And it's a skill that you need to develop. Like, it doesn't happen overnight. Of course, if it's your first month of running ads, first month of scaling, we've been trying so hard to, get a few profitable campaigns, trying to scale them up. You're finally hitting some good profits, but then eventually Facebook fucks you up. Of course, you're gonna be, stressed. However, you need to be emotionally resilient. You need to build that skill to just, say, today's a bad day, but it's gonna get better. As long as you stay proactive, as long as you keep on testing, and you do everything within your reach to get back to good performance, I promise you it will be all right. So thank you so much for listening to my TED Talk. A few more things that I want to mention. You always need to have backups. Like, with Facebook ads, it's very volatile. you can get a page ban, you can get an ad account ban, you can get a personal account ban. So share all of your assets with, you know, backup people that you trust, or just backup accounts that you own, you know, if something goes down. You also need to run ads through multiple pages, because if your page goes down, you know, and your ads stop running, you're pretty much, you know, going to zero. And also, if you run ads from fan pages or influencer pages, you can have a more stable performance. People usually see your ads more than once, so whenever they see ads running for that product from multiple pages, I've seen a positive increase, and actually a substantial one, in my conversion rate and ROAS. So it doesn't, you know, only help with, you know, having backups and preventing bans and restrictions. It also helps with your conversion rates and pretty much the overall credibility for your brand. As I said, you know, at the end of the day, you're not going to die, so just sit back, relax, analyze, make logical decisions, not emotional ones, and I promise you, you will be fine. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it's helpful. I usually make longer form videos, but I needed to make this one because honestly, Zuckerberg is pissing me off sometimes. So I hope you find this valuable. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and see you on the next one. Bye.